Hello, my viewers and friends. You're most welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aneno Cinderella. In our today's video, we are going to look at the secondary source. We have been looking at the sources of information from the information literature, and then we are in secondary source. Secondary source, we will be looking at the definitions, we will be looking at the examples and the characteristics. We'll also look at the advantage and disadvantage, and then the reliability of this source of information. By definition, secondary source, these are documentation that has been interpreted, analyzed, and then summarized from the primary event or from the primary source. Then the examples include, we have like the books, we have historical books like talking about the World War and biographies of individuals. World wars might have taken place in different places, so we collect those informations from the sources, we interpret and analyze them. That is the example. Then the journal articles, like research papers, analyzing the results for scientific experiments. Then the literature's review, summarizing previous research on topics. We also have the documentaries of what happened, like videos of film that tell the story of the historical events. Last but not least, we have also the essay and reviews. It provides analysis of literacy work and historical events. Let's look at the characteristics of those information sources. There is interpretative characteristics. There is there is summary and contextual. About interpretative, you interpret the information from the primary source. You then evaluate it. Evaluations, you do more on like getting the information from the different primary sources, and then you evaluate. Maybe they're on the same topics, and then you do the summary. You summarize. After summarizing, there is now what we call the contextual, which is the overall information that you gather, which now compose of the secondary source. It means you have already evaluated, you have interpreted from the primary source, and the context now is available as the secondary source. Let's see the advantage. One of the advantages of a secondary source of information is that it provides historians with critical analysis. We already talked about analyzing. You analyze the information and then you interpret it from the historical event. Then there is also the literature part, where there is critical essays, book reviews, and literacy analysis to gain insight into various interpretations and critiques of literacy work. There is also science, review articles, textbooks, and scientific journals that interpret primary research findings. So these things, they work hand in hand, because most journalists and authors, they love to pick information from the primary sources. They analyze them, they bring them together to form the main context of the secondary source of information. We also have the disadvantage. One of the disadvantages, introduction of misinterpretation and bias. Someone may go and find the real information, and then because they lack the skills of interpretation, they will misinterpret it to something else, which will bring deception. And then there is also biasness or biases, that it can also involve the researchers or the interpreter into the events, which might not be okay. There is also lack of immediacy and authenticity of the primary sources. This means you cannot get the immediate source of the information, because that one is already something that has been interpreted by someone. So you can't move immediately to the other source that can bring the real information. Then the authenticity, the accuracy of the information also reduces. How is primary source, like the secondary source of information, reliable? We see the strength of the information, that it offers interpretation, hence clarity, or it clarifies the meaning of the primary source. Then the challenges: one step is removed, the original event, misinterpretation may introduce biases. It means the interpreter might not move steps by step in the process of interpreting from the primary source. Then it can cause misinterpretation. And then it causes also biases to some groups of people or to some other person. Thank you so much for listening. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye bye.